The Doctrine of Discovery. The history of Canada's colonization was fraught with domination, coveting of Indigenous peoples' land, claiming it for the French and the British, then limiting and restricting the Indigenous lifestyles to slavery and reserves, refusing them practice of their native culture and language. In 2012, the UN recognized the Doctrine of Discovery and terra nullius as the shameful root of the discrimination and marginalization faced by First Nations people. In the 15th century, explorers could lay claim to lands which were uninhabited by Christians. There was an unjust belief that non-Christians were non-human, therefore the land was uninhabited. These actions were based on papal bulls, which are still significant in international law today. These injustices have been perpetrated for centuries with the hope of Indian genocide, but instead causing incarceration, alcoholism, trauma, racism, starvation, suicides, and many deaths. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommends steps to be taken towards truth, mending, and healing with 94 calls to action. Action 45 is to repudiate concepts used to justify European sovereignty over Indigenous lands and peoples, such as the Doctrine of Discovery and terra nullius, as well as to adopt and implement the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples as the framework for reconciliation. We can begin by revising what is taught as the history of this land, not to start with colonization, but to recognize the history and culture of the Indigenous people and their rights, and to understand their relationship with the land, and that a great injustice has been done.